Good morning. In the previous lectures, if you can recall back, we discussed agent environment, and the agent environment is also called as task environment. So in that particular lecture, we discussed that what are the various types of task environment, or it is also called as properties of environment. Okay, so which are those types of environments we have covered? Fully observable, partially observable, static versus dynamic, discrete versus continuous, deterministic versus stochastic, single agent versus multi-agent, episodic versus sequential, with certain examples. We have covered this. So today we are going to discuss types of agents. So what are the various types of agents? Simple reflex agent, model based reflex agent, goal based agent, utility based agent, and learning agent. So first of all, what exactly agent is? If you can recall back a few lectures before, we discussed that agent is a entity which can think like a human, which can act like a human, take decisions, can solve the problems depending upon the intention for which it is designed, and that agent works in the environment, or whatever surrounds the environment is nothing but the agent environment. Okay, so agents can be grouped into 5 classes based on their degree of perceived intelligence, what intelligence agent have and what capability it have. Okay, based on that capability and intelligence, they are categorized into 5 types. All these agents can improve their performance and generate better action over the time. The first category is simple reflex agent. Reflex means immediately. So simple reflex agent, in this particular type, the agent takes the action immediately based on the current percept. Current percept means whatever measurements or whatever sensors, whatever readings the sensors gives to the agent, based on that agent takes the action. That, in other words, it ignores the rest of the percept history, previous history. That means agent do not have the historical knowledge of actions, historical knowledge of percepts of the environment. So these are the simplest agent. They take the decisions on the basis of current percept, ignore the rest of the percept history. This is very important. Where these agents can work, if simple reflex agent we design, where it can work only in fully observable environment. It cannot work in partially observable environment. It can work only in fully observable. That means if the agent knows everything about the environment, okay, if it has the whole knowledge of the environment, full knowledge of environment, such an environment is called as fully observable. In only those environment, this kind of agent can work satisfactorily. Otherwise it cannot work satisfactorily if the environment type changes. It works on the condition action rule. Okay, for example, if you can recall back vacuum cleaner world, in that we have shared one table in which agent function table, in which the first column was percept sequence and second column was action, and we have mentioned there 6 to 7 percept sequences and corresponding actions. Okay, so your agent, this vacuum cleaner agent can take some action based on only those percept sequences. Apart from those percept sequences, there is nothing in the world, there is nothing in the environment. Only those percept sequences are possible in the given environment of vacuum cleaner world. That is why such an environment is fully observable. Correct? For vacuum cleaner world, environment is fully observable, and such an agent is called as simple reflex agent. For example, if somebody hits your cheek due to some quarreling, then many times we do not think who is that person, whether he is our boss or whether he is our teacher, or whether he is, if this is so, if you do not think like this, and if you take a action straight away without thinking, without taking the previous history, then you are acting as a simple reflex agent. That means condition action rule. If somebody hits our mouth, then we will also hit his mouth. This is condition action rule. This condition action rule means in this particular rule there is no need of history. That is why it is a simple reflex agent. Okay. What are the disadvantages of such a simple reflex agent? We are going to cover this. Before that, what is the advantage of simple reflex agent? The first obvious advantage is it is the simplest in nature. It is very simple to design. Okay, and there is no need of memory because there is no need of percept history. There is no need to store the percept history because it works on the condition action rule. If the condition is met, take the action. If the condition is met, and condition, which condition is tested? Only current condition is tested. That means current percept is tested. That means current state of the environment is tested. Otherwise, no historical background is needed, no historical percept sequences and corresponding actions are required. So no memory is required. Okay. So what are the disadvantages? They have very limited intelligence. This is first disadvantage. They do not have knowledge of non-perceptual parts of the current state. That means it do not have the knowledge about the previous states of the environment. It has the knowledge of only current state of the environment. This is the meaning of this second point. Mostly too big to generate and to store. There is no need of memory. You can mention there. And the last point is non-adaptive to changes in the environment. If the environment changes and if the corresponding state is not mentioned in the agent function table, then it cannot do anything. That means it only works on the condition action rule. If the condition is mentioned in the agent function table, then and then only it will act, otherwise not. So it is non-adaptive to changes in the environment. This is called a simple reflex agent. This one diagram explains the concept of this simple reflex agent. In this diagram, the environment box and second box is agent box. So from this environment, percepts are taken with the help of sensors. Percepts are taken, okay, from environment. You can see this arrow going from environment box to agent box. So percepts are coming with the help of sensors. Then next box is what the world is like now. So what the world is like now means what is the current state of the environment. Okay, what the current state of the environment. Then the arrow goes to what action I should take now or do now. It depends on condition action rule. If the condition is met, then take the action. If condition is not met, then do not take the action. And in this particular course of action, there is no need of history. There is no need of previous percepts, previous sensor measurements, previous history. Okay. So only condition action rule works. And based on the condition action rule, certain action is decided, and with the help of actuators, that action is taken onto the environment. That is why the last arrow, action arrow, is shown from agent to the environment. This is all about of simple reflex agent. For example, if you are having a room heater and if you feed the program that if the temperature goes beyond 40 degree, then switch on the air conditioner. If this is your agent, if some machine you developed, agent you designed, and your task is, the task of that agent is switch on the air conditioner if the temperature goes beyond 40. Okay. Now if the temperature of the ambient temperature of the room is 38, then no air conditioner, AC is not switched on. If it goes to 39, then also AC is not switched on. If it goes to 40 and beyond that, then and then only your machine, your designed machine will make the air conditioner switched on. So this we can call as a simple reflex agent. Okay. But in that particular agent, for example, what are the disadvantage of this machine you developed? For example, some people can be comfortable with 41 degree Celsius temperature, room temperature, 42 degree temperature, 43, 44, 45 for example. And suppose some other person is okay with 40 degree threshold. Okay. But for 40 degree threshold person, your designed machine is okay. But if somebody else come to your room and he is happy with up to 45, then your agent is of no use. Your designed agent is of no use, because unnecessarily it will waste the energy, it will consume the power. Okay, so there must be some model, there must be some model. If the person changes, then based on that environment it should get changed. That means there should be some knowledge. Your agent must have some knowledge to when to switch on the AC, when not to switch on the AC. If we want to remove the disadvantages of simple reflex agent, there must be some model must be given to this agent, that when in what conditions to make this AC switched on. If the for temperature goes to 40 degree, beyond that, this knowledge if you give to the agent, then such a agent is now called as simple model reflex agent. So the next category is model based reflex agent. Now this agent can work in partially observable environment and track the situation. Track the situation means track the environment. Continuously take the percepts from the environment. That means agent do not have complete knowledge of the environment. Okay, if you can recall back, simple reflex agent can work only in fully observable environment, but it cannot work in partially observable. But model based reflex agent can work in partially observable environment. Partially observable means agent do not have the complete knowledge of the environment, and we gave the example in the last lecture, car driving or autonomous car. Okay, model based agent has two factors. Obviously I discussed a few minutes before. You have to supply model means knowledge. You have to give the knowledge to the agent. Okay, then it will become model based reflex agent. And such an agent also require internal state. Okay, so what exactly the two factors? Model, it is the knowledge about how things happen in the world, so it is called as a model based agent. It continuously takes the input from environment. Okay, internal state, it is a representation of the current state based on the perceived history. So internal state, so every current state is to be stored into the memory of this agent, and once the agent go on storing the current states and corresponding actions into the memory, and therefore obviously based on that perceived history, the agent can take the action, decide the action based on the perceived history, because memory is now added into the model based reflex agent to store the current state and corresponding action. So model based agent has required two factors in the design. It requires, in order to design this agent, it requires some model means knowledge, and internal state. These agents have the model, which is knowledge of the world means environment, and based on the model they perform some actions. And how to update the agent state in case of this model based reflex agent? It depends on two factors: how the world evolves, that means how the history goes, what the history shows you, what historical percepts are there, what actions that were taken that time, how the agent's action affect the world, what happened in the environment after taking that action. Okay, so these are the two factors to update the agent's state. Now here in the diagram you can see the percepts are coming from the environment with the help of sensors, and what the world is like now, this particular box, what the world is like now, it is nothing but your current state. So current state is there, and apart from that, on the left hand side you can see current state, and how the world evolves means what is the perceived history. How the world evolves means for the previous perceived sequences, what actions are taken and what impact is observed on the environment. To represent this particular thing, how the world evolved box is mentioned in this diagram. How the world evolves, what is the perceived history, what is the history of the impact of actions on the environment. Okay, then what my actions do, what my actions do. So based on these three factors, uh, based on these three factors, the arrow goes to the next box. What action I should do now, what action I should take now. Okay, obviously what actions you will take, it depends on current state, how the world evolved, what my current actions do, and condition action rule. Okay, and based on this, all these things, the actuator take the action, and action is taken on the environment. So this is a model. Model requires, this model based reflex agent not only considers the current state, it also considers the perceived history, and based on these two factors, by applying the condition action rule, some action is taken. So this is what about model based reflex agent. The next agent is goal based agent. So the first point explains you what exactly it is, and the name itself indicates goal based agent means it will have some goal, it will have some goal. It is an extension of model based reflex agent, but apart from this, some additional knowledge of goal, additional knowledge is given to the agent. That knowledge is goal state, desirable situation, what agent want to achieve. Okay, so the first point is knowledge of the current state environment is not always sufficient to decide for an agent what to do. That means the agent needs to know its goal state, desirable situation. This is also required. The agent should have the knowledge where to go, where to stop, where to stop means whether the desirable situation is achieved, then stop. So goal state is also required. This knowledge is required. So goal based agents are provided with this goal state. Goal based agents expand the capabilities of model based agent. That means it is an extension of this previous model by providing goal information to the agent. They choose an action so that they can achieve the goal. So they are always trying, these goal based agents always try to achieve the goal. Okay, these agents may have to consider long sequence of possible actions before deciding whether the goal is achieved or not. That means goal based agent continuously checks whether the goal state is achieved or not. Okay, for example, your car is an autonomous car, and you started from Sangamner and you want to go to Pune. There may be suppose 2 or 3 routes to go to Pune. For example, via Narayangao is one route, and via Mumbai is also one route, via Nagar is also one route. Okay, so your goal state is to reach Pune, and your current state is now Sangamner. Okay, so this goal information is given, means your goal state is Pune. This information is given to your autonomous car in case of these kinds of agents. So before reaching Pune, there are number of states. You will reach Alefata, you will reach for example Manchar, you will reach Narayangao, you will reach suppose Khed, Rajgurunagar. All these are the intermediate states before reaching the goal state, that is Pune. Okay, so this is the explanation of this third point. Fourth point, the agent decision is based on how far it is from goal state. So agent always takes the decision whether we achieved the goal state or not. Then if not, then what actions to take. Its every action is always intended to minimize the distance between current state and goal state. Current state and goal state, if this difference is to be minimized, this is what the whole objective of this kind of agent. Okay, agent means what? Agent is a machine. Okay, it is an autonomous machine or intelligent machine. Okay, it can be human, it can be a program, it can be a robot, it can be a machine. Okay, the agent always tries to mimic the human being. Okay, such considerations of different scenario are called as searching and planning. That means goal based agent always deals with searching. They always search some best solution, best route. Okay, it always plans something in order to achieve the goal, which makes such types of agent as a proactive agent. They are proactive in nature. So the diagram shows the whole scenario of this goal based agent. Environment obviously is there. It takes the agent takes the percepts from the agent with the help of sensors. The what the world is like now means your current state. Okay, the current state this symbol is connected with state. You can watch here. Then next box after the state is how the world evolves. That means percept history, previous history. Okay, previous percepts and corresponding actions. What happened on the environment? What is the impact of that previous actions on the environment? This history. What my actions do if I work on the current state. So all these decides the current what all these decides to take the actions. The next box after the what the world is like now, next box is what it will be like if I do action A. That means it simply means that there are number of alternatives of actions, and from those alternatives one action is to be chosen. And it based on current state, how the world evolves means percept history, and what my action suggest. Okay, and as well as the last box you can find goal. Okay, what is your goal? You can, if you can recall back, this goal box was completely absent in the previous diagram, previous model based reflex agent. This makes the difference between, this is the distinguishing factor between second category and this goal based agent. Utility based agent, fourth category, they are similar to goal based agent but provide an extra component of utility measurement. Utility measurement, preference. Utility means preference. They choose actions based on preference for each state. Okay, the next point is it is useful when there are multiple possible alternatives and agent has to choose in order to perform the best action. That means there are multiple possible alternatives to reach the goal state, and agent has to choose one of the alternative from those list in order to get the best action. Best action means that action which will minimize the distance between current state and goal state. So it will always try, this agent always tries to maximize the performance, reduce the distance between current state and goal state. Okay, but there are number of possible alternatives present. Okay, so this agent always checks how many alternatives are there by choosing first alternative, what advantage I will get, by choosing second alternative, what advantage I will get, and so on. Okay, for example, by choosing the third alternative, if the agent gets the advantage, okay, of certain kind, then it will go by third route. Okay, that is why such agents are called as utility based agents. Means it has preferences. Preferences means alternatives. Okay, utility means preference means alternatives. The utility function maps each state to a real number to check how efficiently each action achieves the goal. For example, I gave the example of driving a car from Sangamner to Pune, and I mentioned the route is via Alefata, second route is via Mumbai, third route is via Ahmednagar. So it will calculate the utility function. Utility based agent will calculate utility function on and it provides some numbers. Okay, to check to maps each state to a real number to check how efficiently each action achieves the goal. Means whether to go via Nagar, whether to go via Alefata or Mumbai. Some value comes after the utility function with the help of utility function, and based on that the agent takes the action. So this diagram shows you the utility based agent. Environment, the percepts are coming with the help of sensors. What the world is like now, the box is same which we observed in the previous agents. State box is same, how the world evolved box is same. what my actions do, this box is also same. What it will be like if I do action A. Okay, how, and next the difference in the previous diagram and this diagram is one box is added, how happy I will be in such a state. For example, if I want to go to certain destination with the help of autonomous car, I am a passenger, I am a rear passenger, I am sitting back on the backward seat, and this is the autonomous car. For example, this autonomous car with the help of GPS finds out all the possible alternatives to reach the destination. Suppose there are three routes. Okay, if I select one first route, and if the car goes via first route, but unfortunately suppose there is some rally going on, or some accidents happened on that particular first route, then therefore obviously it will waste my time. The car will reach the destination after very long time, and therefore the passenger will be in unhappy state. Okay, this is the meaning of this box, how happy I will be in such a state by going through that route. Whether I will be happy by going on the first route, or I will be happy on the second route or third route, this calculations is performed by utility function. So based on the utility, certain route is selected, and then corresponding action is selected with the help of actuator. This is the meaning of utility based agents. Then learning agents, the last category, it is a type of agent which can learn from its past experience, or it has learning capability. So it is learning from the past experience. It is specifically designed for learning from the past experiences. It starts to act with the basic knowledge and then able to act and adapt automatically through learning. Okay, so which are the four conceptual components, which are useful to design the learning agents? It requires learning element, it requires critic, it requires performance element, it requires problem generator. We will cover these points, but before that we need to go through this particular diagram. Learning agents are able to learn, analyze performance, and look how far new ways to improve the performance. Here in this diagram, the percepts are coming from the environment with the help of sensors, and these readings are given to performance element. But the performance element also has some communications with other boxes in this diagram. You can find performance standard. This particular input is given to critic. Critic is just like a third party view. For example, I am going to I want to go to Pune with the help of autonomous car. I am a passenger. So obviously, generally we ask the people, if we don't know the route, we ask the people how many routes are there, which route I should follow, through which route I will reach the destination in small amount of time, on which particular road the obstacles are less, which route is better in means designed better, which route has less traffic. So such views, feedback from critic generally we take. So critic element is there in such kind of agent. So based on that feedback, learning element adapt to the environment, and then performance element changes the action based on the knowledge from the learning element, and problem generator also gives the input to this performance element box, and with the help of those effectors means actuators, the agent takes the actions on the environment. Here you can again we come back to the previous slide. Learning element, it is responsible for making improvements by learning from environment. Okay, critic, learning element takes the feedback from critic, which describes that how well the agent is doing with respect to a fixed performance standard. That means some standards are there, some standards are there. For example, third person, we ask another driver or another car owner that you always daily goes to Pune from Sangamner, so what is your feedback? what are the standards. So every time you always ask somebody, critic, okay, and that critic is experienced person. He will check his previous history, and he will compare it with the performance standard, and he will give you some feedback. So critic is means that performance element, it is responsible for selecting external action. Problem generator is, this component is responsible for suggesting actions that will lead to new and informative experiences. So this is all about of learning agents. So in the next lectures we will cover problem solving agents, then steps performed by problem solving agents, then state space of a problem for problem solving agents, and few techniques of searching. That means we are going to study these searching strategies, but before studying these searching strategies we have to cover the background. We have to understand the background of the searching strategies. That means we have to understand the state space of a problem, okay, and before that we have to understand what is problem solving agent. So this we will cover in the next lecture. Thank you.